Good afternoon, it's Alex at Volkswagen in Bradford, showing you around the new ID5. So starting at the front of the vehicle, so this particular car we've got is the ID5 Pro Performance style, finished in glacier white with the 21-inch Narvac alloy wheels. So obviously we've got the IQ light on there, so we just unlock the car. You'll see the light system boot up, and you can see the inners sort of move about and load up. Obviously with the IQ light you also get the full length light bar that goes across the front of the car. And obviously in the lower section of the front bumper we've got the parking sensors, and also we've got park assist, so an additional sensor on each bumper corner for the car to automatically park itself. So with the park assist on the ID5, it is capable of remembering 5 of your reverse park features or parking manoeuvres up, and it can do that up to the speed of 25 miles an hour, so pretty clever there. So our particular car's got the 21-inch wheels on, so really great design there, complements the shape of the car. So to aid aero efficiency, obviously normally we'd have these black sections cut out onto the conventional combustion cars, but obviously they are a more thicker wheel. Obviously do need a little bit of cooling into the disc brakes, and obviously with the shape of the ID5, it is a coupe shape, so a really good looking design on the 5. And obviously as we run around the back, obviously got the rear spoiler, again to aid design but also to aid efficiency and downforce. And there's a nice little feature on the ID5 is the signature welcome pattern on the rear tail lights, so you can see that booting up now. So that's a great feature, especially at night when you can see that a little bit more clearer. That is a cracking little feature. So obviously you can see the reverse sensors there, so additional park sensor on the rear bumper, and obviously this car as well has got a reverse camera. And in the charge flap we've got a Type 2 AC and also our Type 2 CCS for rapid charging. Obviously rapid charging obviously can do 0 to 80% in half an hour or so with the new high voltage system. Privacy glass as well on this particular model, with also a panoramic glass roof as well. So just to show you around the cabin, on this particular car we have got the keyless entry system, so just walk up to the car with keys in your pocket or bag, and obviously the car will unlock itself when you grab the handle. So in terms of cabin features, really well specced out for the ID5. So we've got electric windows and electric power folding mirrors. We've also got the play and pause pedals as well, and we've also got the auto headlamps, got the all-weather sort of fog light system in there, rear fogs, and obviously got a quick access to our heated front screen and rear demister. We've also got a flat bottom steering wheel with the haptic controls, so we've got the adaptive cruise control system, which obviously maintains speed and distance, and with it being a sort of single speed automatic, it has got the stop and go function, so it can come to a complete stop and start itself up again when it's following traffic. And we've also got there the buttons for the media controls, and also the buttons for the driver's information screen. And now coming on to the centerpiece, which is the 12-inch infotainment system in the car, and I'll boot that up just shortly for us. But obviously we've got our controls there for us, temperature and volume on the bezel, and we've got a couple of switches there around the hazard warning for our drive mode selector, driver assistance systems, and climate control and parking and reverse camera. Got a large cup holder there, obviously that can be taken out, so you can convert that to just more general storage. And under the cover we've also got a wireless phone charger, a couple of USB-C ports, and a little bit more storage which can be adjusted. Obviously on the seats themselves we've got the individual front captain's armchairs, finished in a leather effect and suede finished, with the ID logos on the backrests. Now coming round the back, as you can see the coupe design there. We've got a rear central armrest with integrated cup holder and also load through section, so if you want to carry skis or anything like that, being to IKEA, you can carry something a bit bigger. We've got some rear passenger air vents and some more USB-Cs. The front passenger seat is also ISOFIX compatible, as are the outer two in the rear. Obviously, like I said, this car is fitted with a panoramic glass roof, so really does add to the ambience in the cabin. And we do, speaking of ambience, we do have the ambient lighting pack on this particular model, so you've got 30 colour options that you can have in the dashboard and the door cards, so really does enhance the experience of the cabin on an evening. So just show you around more of the cabin and infotainment system. So this particular car is now running version 3.1. So we get a few additions, but obviously the main difference over version 3 is the new trip computer in the driver's information screen. So just this section on the right. So a welcome addition to the driver's information screen, which is something that's been missing off version 3 and the previous versions. So you can increase that information there, so you get a little bit more of the trip data, so like drive time, ignition's been on, and average speed. But obviously have it there, you get a nice bit of overview with your trip information, so your distance and your average miles per kilowatt. Obviously got your digital speedo in the middle, and also the assistant systems readout just on the left hand side, which obviously works with lane assist and adaptive cruise control. Obviously got the battery percentage and range readout at the bottom as well. So like I say, we've got the adaptive cruise system on this particular car, so it does adjust the distance and speed controls. We've got obviously ID voice as well, so we can talk to the car and ask it to do certain things for us, like making phone calls, as navigation, sunblind, etc., and a few other features within the cabin. So that's the sort of driver's information system and sort of around the steering wheel. So coming on to the actual infotainment system itself. So this is the largest infotainment system we offer on ID at 12 inches. So bigger than the standard one in the ID3, and obviously standard on the base, bigger than the standard model on the ID4 as well. So we've got obviously quite a little bit of information and sort of apps that we've got on this one. So we've got as usual telephone, media, radio and navigation. Obviously navigation's slightly adapted for the EV platform, so we can go into there, program a route, or even if we just look at the map, for instance, it will show us where particular charges are. So obviously the 50 kilowatt just up the road from us here at the dealership, so it tells us exactly what type of charger it is. And then obviously with the additional WeCharge app, which is can be downloaded through the ID shop, that will give us a bit more information in terms of how much it costs, if the charge is online, if it's available, etc, etc, and that can be then incorporated into the navigation system as well. We've got vehicle data, so that will show you how well the car's getting on in terms of, is there any status reports. So obviously like this one just needs charging. You can also adjust various other systems on the car, so you brakes, obviously that's like the traction control system, how the central locking works, obviously wipers, putting the comfort light, headlights, tyre pressures, mirrors if they fold in, obviously, etc, etc. And then also in terms of the interior as well, so like the sunroof, the ID light, which we've got just back there at the front there, so that obviously gives us loads of information, obviously regarding as assistance systems. Obviously if we're too close to something, obviously it will give us navigation cues, also information regarding charging as well. So lots of information through the little light bar at the front. And then going on to driving data, obviously gives us how well we're efficiently driving, giving us kilowatts per hour, so that's how much power it's using just while it's sat still. Obviously we can see miles per kilowatt there since start, it's long term, and also since charge as well. And then obviously we've got charging, so you can set 5 charging locations, or various, so you can set various charging locations. So you can set them for home, for the office, etc. You can set them for your parents or wherever, and you can also customize each individual charger location to tell the car various information, or like you can, if you want it to charge straight away, or only needs to charge for a certain percentage at that location. So very clever in terms of how we get the car to charge and operate. We've got App Connect, so Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Is now wireless in the new infotainment systems across the Volkswagen platform, so literally just like it is pairing to Bluetooth, and then you just stream your mobile phone to the infotainment system. Users, which is there for our online services, which will incorporate into WeConnect ID, so the mobile app, so you can obviously get access to your car through your smartphone. Obviously, you know, your range, obviously set the time chargers, do the preconditioning, sort of like cabin heat, etc. Sounds, obviously that adjusts the speaker system. We got as background there, so we can change the colour of the cabin, and obviously the theme of the infotainment system. So we've got a few preset from the factory, but then you can also adjust it, like I say, with the 30 individual colours that the car comes with, and also the brightness of the system as well, so get them whacked up, so especially on an evening that will look pretty cool. And then obviously have a stationary air conditioning setting, so obviously when the car's parked you can program that in. Obviously that's settings for the infotainment system. Obviously, like I say, I mentioned shop, so we've got the WeCharge function in there. Once we connect up to the internet, we can download the WeCharge, and also the section just to have download some games, so perfect for while you're charging out and about, and obviously have a game of solitaire or something along them lines, just to keep you occupied while the car's just topping up. And then within the driver assistance, we can see all the driving aids that the car is capable of. So we've got first one, which is dynamic roadside display. So that's where the camera, which is just up here, is looking out for obviously the road sign, so obviously any speed information like narrow lanes, etc, etc. So that incorporates itself into the adaptive cruise control. So if the car recognises a speed zone change, that will adjust the adaptive cruise control. So if the car sees you go from a 30 zone into a 40, it will change that and obviously adjust the speed of the adaptive cruise control. And that will also tell you a little bit of information just in the driver's display up there above the speedo. You've got your lane assist again, that uses the camera just in the windscreen. So obviously that's there designed to keep you in the centre of the lane. So perfect for the longer journeys in the car. And obviously this car is capable of doing the longer journeys. So with a 77 kilowatt motor, battery, with a 204 motor, it is capable of WLTP of 327 miles. So a fair way that you can travel in this before you need to top up. Obviously you got the adaptive cruise control, so again, like I say, it controls the speed and distance of the vehicle, and obviously that uses the radar system, and obviously tracks the vehicle in front to do that. Obviously part of the distance element. Front emergency assist, so obviously that's there designed to obviously keep you safe as possible, obviously prevent an accident where it can do. And obviously you got the driver alert system, which is sort of a bit like a rest recommendation on the vehicle. So this car, like I say, is fitted out with the rear view camera system, so it gives you obviously an overview what's happening behind you, and you also get the optical parking sensors. And with the ID5 it has got park assist, so like I say, it can memorise 5 parking manoeuvres. So you do manoeuvre, tap on that, and obviously that will then, when the car recognises the manoeuvre, and then that will then obviously, if you've a certain parking manoeuvre that needs to be done at home, it can do that, or if it's an office, etc, etc, it can do that for you. So we've got the digital climate control system with smart climate, so you basically just click on the button, basically tell you what you want the car to do, and the car will work that out for you. Got classic climate, so all the imagery that we've sort of used to in terms of the air conditioning system, you've got that there. And you've also got the air care system, which is a bit like an air purifier, so purifies cabin air, which is quite nice. Obviously you've got the direct button to the driver assists, and also the drive mode selectors, so eco, comfort, sport and individual. So the car itself, through classic climate, you can see the heated seats, the dual zone climate control system, and also the heated steering wheel option. I hope you enjoyed looking around the ID5 style.